I am Stan the Hammer Keys, and I'm here with Gerald.
That's right, Gerald here to your left. Stan the Hammer. We got Reggie Gallagher and JJ Sanchez in the ring. What can you tell me about these two here?
I can tell you got two tough competitors squaring off in a monumental first ever contest on Steeltown Pro Wrestling TV.
You want to talk monumental? Let's talk about Steeltown Pro Wrestling TV. What a monumental situation here Steeltown Pro Wrestling has featured live on TV.
Steeltown Pro Wrestling, based out of the city of Selkirk, has gone throughout the Interlake of Manitoba, is about to celebrate its 5th anniversary, been a driving force in Manitoba professional wrestling, and now they're making the leap to television.
What a way to start 2013, a Steeltown Pro Wrestling taping in the town that they originated in, Selkirk, and now JJ Sanchez here on the offensive, maybe playing mind games here with Reggie Gallagher.
Well, we're talking about taking a leap. Reggie Gallagher just took a leap to the canvas, and JJ Sanchez is on him.
Big Irish whip, big clothesline by JJ Sanchez.
JJ Sanchez coming in at over 350 pounds, has got the weight advantage, and off comes Reggie again.
Big spine buster by JJ.
And it can be over just as quick as this has begun. 1, 2, no!
Quick 2 count. Reggie Gallagher almost took the 3 there.
JJ Sanchez, a young competitor but a seasoned competitor, and Reggie Gallagher on the offensive.
Let's not count out Reggie Gallagher. He's been in the ring with some of the greats in this business, the Honky Tonk Man.
Reggie Gallagher, a veteran of the sport, breaking in 1998 with many championships to his name, and he's showing he knows how to get it done in that squared circle.
Reggie Gallagher knows every inch of that ring, and he's going to use it to his advantage, choking JJ Sanchez on the ropes.
JJ Sanchez, being the bigger man, is going to fatigue a lot faster. He's got to get back on top. Now a battle for control.
Look at that, a finger well placed right into the eyes of JJ Sanchez. He's firing off of those forearms.
Reggie Gallagher getting very aggressive, very quick, and that's what he's got to do when he's got a competitor as tenacious as JJ Sanchez.
Reggie Gallagher throws a right hand. He can throw a right hand with anybody in the business, one of the stiffest right hands. And look at that, JJ Sanchez, look, he's got a mark on his face.
At 350 pounds to be dropped to the mat with a single right hand like that shows the power in that fist of Reggie Gallagher, and he's not done yet.
Look at that, just eyeballing the children in the audience. They're going for the big whip. But JJ Sanchez resisting.
Very smart on behalf of JJ Sanchez, using his weight to his advantage. He's not going anywhere if he doesn't want to.
And he moves the big man, but a big reversal by JJ Sanchez. Clothesline in the corner.
JJ Sanchez back on top. And another splash in the corner.
This is what JJ needs to get that momentum going. The crowd here is firmly behind the big man.
JJ mounting some momentum. Gallagher right back on top. And a super kick.
That could be all. Reggie Gallagher. No.
1, 2, and 3. Your winner, Reggie Gallagher.
Wrestling fans, joining me now after an exciting tour of Mexico, AAA, all the best promotions, AJ Sanchez. AJ, what do you got to say?
I mean, I got plenty to say. I just came back from Mexico City, trained with the best in Mexico, a tour of Mexico. What more is there to say? You watch the wrestling out there, they've got the luchadors, they've got the high flying, the flippy dippy, you name it. I learned a lot, but what I do now is I come back to Winnipeg, I come back to Manitoba, Steeltown Pro Wrestling, and I've got one goal in mind. You know, something big deal out there is the 6-man tags, the tag team wrestling. I'm coming to Steeltown Pro Wrestling with one goal in mind, and that is the Steeltown Pro Wrestling tag team titles. So you know what, I sat back, I took a look at the crew, and there's a ton of great guys on this crew. A ton of great guys, but I've got one man in mind that I'd like to approach, see what he's gonna say about being a tag team partner with AJ Sanchez. You know, he's somebody actually I'm really quite familiar with. And I'm thinking, dude, hey, kind of doing something here. Hey man, I saw you out there, no big deal. It's a tough loss. You showed some good fight, and that's what matters, all right? So what I think you gotta do is you gotta go sit back. Well, let me finish this here. Go sit back, maybe stretch out a bit. Okay, not much more you can do. Get ready for the next match. Big match, all right? So you got this. Good game. That's about it. AJ Sanchez, tag team partner, near the future.
Back to ringside.
Wrestling fans, for all your up-to-date Steeltown Pro Wrestling action, check out the official SPW website. www.steeltownprowrestling.com gives you access to the latest event information, in-depth show reviews, wrestler profiles, and information on possibly becoming a future SPW superstar. The internet/TV page gives you the ability to watch action-packed SPW videos anytime. such as event previews and Steeltown Pro Wrestling's hit series, SPW Blog TV. And don't forget to check out the merchandise page to get your hands on 8x10 photos of your favorite SPW superstars, event posters, and of course, DVDs. So next time you're online, feed your SPW addiction and check out www.steeltownprowrestling.com.
This is Honky, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And I have to come back. I am coming back to Steeltown Pro Wrestling because I have so much unfinished business.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Steeltown Pro Wrestling. Wait a minute. Moses Luke entering the fray, and he's got a few words to speak to the crowd.
Nobody has come here to watch women's midget wrestling. They have come here for wanted destruction. Everybody wants to see hardcore, and that's what I'm here for. Kid Fletcher, get your ass out here and get what's coming to you.
We're opening this week's episode hot and heavy. Moses Luke calling out Chip Hardcore Fletcher.
They are going at it, hammer and tongue. This is supposed to be a match between this side. Wow, look at the agility of Luke going to the floor, and here comes the cavalry.
Pandemonium to start off this week's edition.
How many referees does it take to stop the German juggernaut? The answer, more than we have in SPW.
And James Beaver with a steel chair shot on the SPW champion.
Jeff Hog brought to his knees and now to his back in the ring.
James Beaver.
What kind of perverse assault is Beaver engaging in these opening moments?
These officials need to intervene, and they need to intervene quick.
Oh! Like bowling balls! Through the 10 pins. In this case, I think it was a 5 pin.
James Beaver has made it clear for many weeks he is coming for the SPW Championship.
Lamb chop defending her dignity from Beaver's amorous intentions.
And she could be in a lot of trouble really quick.
Hog has recovered. He's waiting. Oh, into the ribs. And as Lamb chop is dropped, Jethro Hog now. Oh, sending a message to Beaver.
James Beaver came to send a message to the SPW Heavyweight Champion, but I think the message has been sent by Jethro himself.
Clearly the crowd continues to show their support for the SPW Champion. There is Jethro Hawk with Lamb Chop having survived that assault. And what about that brawl with Moses Luke?
There's many stories unfolding this week on SPW TV. We have to take a break. We'll be right back.
James Beaver, I thought you were a man, but I was wrong. You back jumped me, son. Now it's my turn. Things will get even, just like they say. Tit for tat, boy. Tit for tat, here it comes. Be ready to watch your back.
Jethro Hogg, I am sick and tired of you hogging that SPW heavyweight title. So you know what? Next time I get you in the ring, I'm going to chew you like the piece of pork that you are. And I may even just spit you out.
Moses Luke, you want to come to the extreme? February 9th, my town, my ring, my belt. You, me, you're going down.
Dave King here with DJ Bratt, making his SPW debut. Mr. Bratt, what are your plans here?
What are my plans? Obviously, you don't know who I am, and SPW TV is just about to find out. I am back after a long absence, and the reason I'm back is the word TV. That's when the money comes out. That's when the Canadian loose cannon comes out. They've called me that. They've called me the 204 original bully. I am here tonight to start a new mission, and that's kick anybody's butt I got in that ring all over SPW, and I'm starting at the bottom of the ladder. When the office called, they said, said, TJ, you can't just waltz in and do your thing. Well, you know what? I'll start at the bottom because I'm going to get to the top quicker than anybody has. And 2013 is the Canadian Loose Cannon's year. And Mr. Ring Announcer, get used to that ring announcing my name because it's going to have the name of SPW Champion before the year is over.
TJ Brett, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of SPW TV. I am Stan, the Hammer Keys, and I'm joined once again this week by wrestling legend, Dr. Marty Goldstein.
TJ Brett in the ring against, Pepito taking the, another boot. When you talk about guts, when you talk about determination, when you talk about somebody who gets reaction, out of the fence, out of his opponents, that is TJ Brett. This guy cannot be underestimated. He has returned to the ring wars after an absence with a vengeance.
TJ Brett making his return to Steeltown Pro Wrestling tonight. He's been gone a long time, but he's making an impression very quickly.
An impression with the heel of his shoe at an unmentionable place on the Lucha Libre star.
El Morado is nuts. He's fighting back.
They'll whip off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline.
And a sunset flip. He had to fight to get it. And a right hand right between the eyes.
TJ Brett, the kind of guy who's not only dedicated to this craft, spending hours upon hours studying tapes of the traditions of the city. When he's watching a tape, he's not watching Gilbert against Chris Duffy. He's watching the classic matches from Stampede Wrestling, from All-Star Wrestling, from the territorial days where men were men, and he proved it right there. He will take on anybody from the back, from the crowd, or in the ring.
And these people are letting TJ Brett know very clearly they have not missed him by any means.
I think they have missed him. Well, I think they have missed him because they like hurling abuse at the Canadian Loose Cannon.
And the Canadian Loose Cannon is hurling abuse at El Morado, and a big clothesline! He could see the upset of a lifetime! He's got to make the cover!
Brett went down. El Morado now making the signal.
Maybe a rookie mistake by El Morado.
I don't think it was a mistake. It's just a question of timing. Ken Rogers, the referee, maintaining control as senior official. Cross block miss. Brett again showing he's from Hollywood, if not Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And now steps in and shows the superiority of his ground game, not just a brawler, but as a wrestler. And look at that.
And stretching El Morado out. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Canadian Loose Cannon is back, and he's back with a victory. And he's not breaking that hold.
Finally, I wouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with some hardcore action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am Stan, the Hammer Keys, and I'm joined with a very special guest this week, Dr. Marty Goldstein.
Pleasure to be back behind the microphone. Great Canadian wrestling action. And Rob, stardom. An exchange of pleasantries between Buddy Weiser.
Buddy Weiser is not known for his technical wrestling ability. He's known for his street fighting reputation.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it here and try to pretend that anybody's in the ring who's a great, as they put it in the business, a great shooter, but Weiser on the streets of Winnipeg has a reputation.
He's had many battles at the Merchants Hotel, to say the least. Rob Stardom taking it to Buddy Weiser, some vicious boots to the head.
Stardom applying the pressure to the side of the head, behind the ear, onto the neck.
It says something about the measure of Rob Stardom. Losing about 6 inches to Buddy Weiser has him on the ground in the opening minutes of this matchup.
The forearm shiver. Oh, big chop from Stardom. He delivers another one.
Now he just seems to be aggravating the big man.
Clearly, Buddy Weiser having a threshold to pain that is unusual.
I see that same look in Buddy Weiser's eyes when someone tries. Wow!
And you see there, Weiser, his hand stinging.
And another big chop. And the straps are coming down, Marty.
Oh, a running, you don't see that very often, Stan, a running chop.
And you can see the skin peeling off of Stardom's chest. Buddy Weiser is on the offensive, looking for a suplex.
Oh, they plentitude of trunk assistance.
And down he goes. 1, 2, and we've got a winner, no.
Weiser now is going to attempt to defy both common sense and gravity by heading him to the top rope. Of course, his strength will be more the ground game, the ground and pound, the pounding part. Stardom cutting him off with a big right hand.
Bob Stardom is a grizzled ring veteran, a 13-year veteran of the sport, and he's showing he knows how to get it done in that squared circle.
At what point do you think Stardom crossed the line from cherub-faced newcomer to being a grizzled vet?
Well, you talk to Rob Stardom, he's been a grizzled vet since the day he broke into the wrestling business.
Stardom now duplicating Weiser's dubious judgment perhaps and going up to the top rope, and he will also not be successful.
He wanted to fly and he flew. Buddy Weiser.
An involuntary flight leading to only a 2 count.
That was a very close near fall.
You made a point earlier, Stan, before our broadcast aspect started on this match, how usual to see an official referee wearing a ball cap.
Maybe he's trying to keep all that knowledge of refereeing ability inside his skull.
Oh, ducking the chop. Stardom, the great equalizer, going to the eyes, and now Sheik-like, gnawing on the forehead. Stardom, of course, a student of wrestling all over the world, a voluminous accumulation in his library of reference material, and that means he's studied all the roughhouses.
And where do you think he picked up that bite?
Oh, his own questions from the truth, from the Sheik.
And Buddy Weiser picked up those right hands on the mean streets of the North End, and he's delivering them with authority.
That moment's hesitation, Weiser, oh, he feeds him the boot. That big, experienced foot, Weiser's, he's been introduced to a few people's heads and faces in the past, and Stardom joined the Clippers, though now Weiser ascending to the top rope. Oh!
I don't know who came out the worst for wear on that exchange.
I think it was a leg drop, but I think Stardom might have turned slightly away from it.
Oh, and Buddy Weiser barely getting the shoulder off the mat.
And this is the part of wrestling where you see the performers, you see the competitors dig deep, past the pain, past the exhaustion, past the realm where the average person says, I've had enough. Stardom winding up. Oh!
And the lariat! Now Stardom going to the top once again.
Who's your daddy indeed? Stardom taking the time.
And the splash! 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Rob Stardom. We'll be back after this quick commercial break. It is now time for a main event, and what a main event it's going to be, Gerald.
Look at this man, Marius, the Steeltown Pro Wrestling provincial champion, former Steeltown Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion. This guy is the man here in Steeltown Pro Wrestling.
Many say he's the marquee player in the Steeltown. Now let's go to the back where we have WWE superstar Robbie McCallister.
Wrestling fans, joining me now here on Shaw TV for the SPW Provincial title coming up next, former WWE superstar Robbie McCallister.
I'm Robbie!
Marius.
I'm Robbie. Challenging Marius. Let me tell you something, Marius. We're at Steeltown Pro Wrestling, and I'm coming after your provincial title.
And listen to that ovation! A bona fide wrestling star, Robbie McCallister, entering the Selkirk Memorial Hall.
Look at this man, he's in the greatest shape of his life, and he's gonna need to be against a man like Marius.
You want to talk about two stars in a showdown like no other. You've got a man with the credentials of Robbie McCallister, who's traveled the world, has beaten the biggest and best, and you've got the marquee player in Steeltown Pro Wrestling, Marius, who's beat everybody in his path for 5 years.
Steeltown Pro Wrestling knows how to kick off 2013 with perhaps the biggest main event in Steeltown Pro Wrestling history.
And that title is on the line. Robbie McCallister getting an up close and personal look at what could be his in just a matter of moments.
Robbie McCallister definitely want to take that strap from Marius. That means more bookings. That means he's going to be a featured player here in Steeltown Pro Wrestling. He can capture that title.
Robbie McCallister, the people firmly behind him. Whoa! And some shenanigans on behalf of the Highlander.
I don't know if you want to play mind games with Marius. The man is constantly thinking a very smart man. I don't know if you want to play mind games with Marius.
I think these competitors are playing mind games with the fans. They're both wearing a skirt of such. Marius. Oh, head first into the turnbuckle. Not having too much of an effect. That one hurt a little bit more.
There is not much padding in those turnbuckles. Look at
Robbie McCallister in firm control of the champion, no. And that's exactly how Marius from day one in Steeltown Pro Wrestling has gotten where he's gotten. He has no problem taking a shortcut.
Robbie McCallister is a smart man. He knows he's got to look out for Marius and that peyote pile driver. The man has put away tons and tons of opponents with that finishing move.
Marius wins at no cost. Or all costs, I should say.
All costs. Come on, the hammer here's off his game a little bit.
Somebody who is on his game is Marius, clubbing away at Robbie McCallister. If he can get a win over a star of this caliber, it's quite the feather in his cap. Up face first!
Drop toe hold by Robbie McCallister, and just kicking the dirt. Robbie McCallister's having a ton of fun in that ring, and the people can see it.
Call it a ton of fun. I call it getting into Marius's head, which he's doing. You can tell he's got him a little off his game.
The crowd here wants that arm to be broken.
Fun and games aside, Robbie McCallister knows how to get it done in that ring. He's a wonderful ring technician. As proven by going right back to that arm. Right into the tricep.
That is one hard noggin. That does not feel good.
Trying to break that arm off the provincial champion.
Big chop. Big chop by Robbie McCallister. He's really putting the hammer on him, isn't he, Stan?
He definitely is putting the hammer on him, and he just put his shoulder right into that steel post.
Robbie McCallister now maybe a little vulnerable. Seems to be favoring that arm, and Marius takes the kicks right to the arm. A smart man is that Marius.
And a leg drop. Marius really stepping up the aggression here, and that's what needs to be done. When he finds an opening, he takes it and he makes it count.
Look at that, cross arm breaker. Marius now knows what he needs to do.
That's what makes Marius so dangerous. He can get down on that mat and wrestle with you. He can trade punches. He's a really all-around competitor, and that's why he gets the SPW Provincial Champion.
Perhaps the cerebral assassin, would you even consider?
I've heard that term thrown around once or twice before.
Crowd here now behind Robbie.
And a sunset flip!
Big sunset flip.
1, 2, oh, and a near fall.
Almost put Marius away. We almost had a new provincial champion.
And a kick right to the arm. You see what he did there? He strategically placed that boot right on that arm he's been working on, and now driving down another elbow.
A very smart game by Marius. Focus on a single body part to try and take and tear down the former WWE superstar.
Marius is a student of professional wrestling. He watches them all. He'll sit and watch Bruiser Brody. He'll sit and watch Luthez. He watches each and every style of professional wrestling and adapts it to his game. I don't know where he picked that hair pull up from, but it was effective.
He picked it up from somewhere. I mean, the man is world traveled all over Canada, the man. East Coast, West Coast, you name it, the man is traveling.
And he is traveling that shoulder behind Robbie McCallister's head. Robbie McCallister. Desperation by McCallister, cut off very quickly. And a big elbow to the face.
Smart move by Robbie McCallister using the opposite arm that Marius has been working on.
There we go, lighten him up. Big right hands. And down goes the champion.
Right hand. The tides may have turned here, crowd behind Robbie.
His days as champion may be numbered. Robbie McCallister, mounting offense. A big headbutt.
That cannot feel good.
What a main event we are seeing on the first ever edition of Steeltown Pro Wrestling TV.
Wait just 1 second.
Oh, he's got it. Marius, 1, 2, feet on the rope. 3.
Oh my God.
What a miscarriage of justice we've just witnessed. Referee Alan Daniels not seeing the feet on the ropes. Marius.
Ridiculous, but you'd expect nothing less from a man like Marius.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Stay posted to SteeltownProWrestling.ca for our upcoming events.
I just came off a huge win over former WWE superstar Highlander Robbie McCallister, and now I go in to Notre Dame Centennial Hall on February 8th with an open contract. Anybody can challenge me, because I'm going to lay it all on the line. Come after me in my hometown, February 8th in North